guys for all the support that you guys have been offering on the channel. It really does mean a lot to me to know that you guys are supporting the channel the way that y'all are, so keep it up, and I'll keep trying to push out the good quality content that y'all deserve. So, we're going to be doing something a little different today here on the channel. Basically, I'm going to go back and revisit my 2019-2020 NBA regular season predictions. Obviously, you know, we're in the NBA season now. NBA basketball is back and better than ever. We got some crazy rivalries that we got. And, you know, the Clippers are doing really good, obviously. Then you have the Lakers. You got the Rockets doing okay. But we're gonna talk about it. All right, so this is going to be a little bit longer of a video. I'm going to try and speed through it as fast as I possibly can. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I guess have the shoe creator pulled up, because I got some colorways I want to show y'all. Y'all know how we do it around the channel. Anyways, alright, so, let's see. I'm going to show you guys, where's that? So, I'm going to show you guys some of my, Cactus Jack colorways. If you guys know about the Air Jordan 4 Cactus Jack, then you would know, what this color comes from. So, let me know what y'all think about these in the comment section below. So, we're going to start off with the Eastern Conference first, get the least favorable conference out of the way. So, as of right now, we're roughly, you know, 32 to, or roughly, you know, 30 to 35 games, 36 games even into the regular season. And, so, in my number one seed, I had the Bucks, which the Bucks are the number one seed as of right now. They're 31-5, absolutely crushing it. For my number two seed, I had the Sixers. But the Celtics are that number two seed as of right now. For my third seed, I had the Raptors. But as of right now, the Miami Heat are in the third seed spot. Moving on to my fourth seed spot, I had the Nets, which, as of recording this video, the Nets are just, they're in the 7th seed, alright? Then for my number 5 seed, I had the Pacers, which actually the Pacers are in that number 5 spot, so that's another good pick by me. Moving on to the number 6 spot, I had the Celtics. But the Sixers are in that 6th spot, as of right now, sitting at 23-14. Then at the number 7 spot, I had the Heat, but obviously the Nets are there, which is crazy. And then we're gonna move on to the number 8 seed. I had the Pistons in the number 8 seed, but the Magic, surprisingly, are in that number 8 seed. It's still early in the season. You know, there are going to be a lot of teams trying to scrap in and get into the playoffs, all right? I'm not really good. I'm just going to do the first 8 seeds, and I'm going to talk about each team, like, individually and what I think about them or whatever else. So let's go ahead and move on to the Western Conference. Then I'll conclude with both of my thoughts on both, you know, conferences and their teams, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this Jordan 3 Cactus Jack. I made one of the 3s, the 4s, the 6s, the 9s, the 11s. I got a lot of shoes. Don't worry about it. So that was the 3. Obviously, you know what the 4 looks like, so I'm not even going to show you the 4. The 6 is right here. Like I said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about these colorways in the comment section below. But regardless of that, for the Western Conference, I had the Clippers in the number 1 seed. But the Lakers are currently sitting at that number 1 spot at 28-7. At the number 2 seed, I had the Lakers. But, you know, as of recording this video, the Denver Nuggets hold that 2nd spot, which is actually kind of crazy. You know, when you consider that the 2 best teams are the Lakers and the Clippers based off of personnel, but we're not going to talk about that, alright? In that number 3rd seed, I had the Nuggets, but currently they sit at number 2, and the Rockets sit at the number 3 spot. Then at my number 4 spot, I had the Rockets, but the Clippers hold that number 4 spot, alright? So, moving on to the number 5 seed, I had the Jazz, which they're currently at that number 5 seed, so that's another good pick by me. At the number 6 spot, I had the Trailblazers. I had such high hopes in Damian Lillard and company heading into this season because they advanced to the Western Conference Finals last year against the Warriors. I mean, unfortunately, they got swept, but I mean, I had so much confidence in Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, the backcourt pairing of those two, that, it wasn't even funny, but I had them at the number 6 seed, but the Mavericks are sitting at the number 6 seed. Then this pick right here hurt me so much. I had the Warriors at the number 7 spot just because of D'Angelo Russell and Curry. I thought those two were going to get to play together. But then, D'Angelo Russell went down with injury. Curry broke his hand. Clay's out. Kevin Durant left. And, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. All right. And then at the number 8 seed, or the number 7 seed as of right now, is the Thunder. And then at the number 8 seed, I had the Spurs, and they're currently sitting at that number 8 seed as of right now. So let me go ahead and dive into what I think about each team, just the top 8 teams. I'm not going to cover all 15 teams because we'd be here all day. All right. So those were the 6s. I hope you guys enjoyed those. Where are they at? Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the Eastern Conference first. The Bucks. Giannis is appearing to have another breakout season as of right now. I'm not gonna, talk about stats or anything like that. I'm just gonna talk about what I've been seeing so far. Giannis is his usual self. He's dominating every night as usual. Dropping 20 to 30 points every single night, sometimes even 40 to 50 points a night, you know what I'm saying? When, nobody in the league can stop this man going at full speed, right? Chris Middleton, really solid backup to him, and they're really sitting pretty in that number 1 spot. The 76ers, they're not doing as good as I thought they were going to be doing. They currently sit at the number 6 seed, just like I was going through. I had them at the number 2 seed because I thought Joel Embiid was going to break out. I thought he was, going to have those MVP performances that he aspires to have. But let's just face it, Ben Simmons is holding him back. Ben Simmons is crowding the paint alongside with Joel Embiid, and you can't have 2 paint players stuck in the paint all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got to have spacing for Joel Embiid to operate as well as Ben Simmons, because let's face it, a 6'10" point guard in the league that can handle the ball like Ben Simmons and drive, it's absolutely ridiculous. But those two just need to figure it out, or they need to either get Ben Simmons out of there or, just something like that, right? So that's what I think about the Sixers. The Raptors, they're doing Raptor things. As of right now, they're at that number 4 spot. A lot of people thought they were going to slip when Kawhi Leonard left, but Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam are the big 3 of that team. They still have Serge Ibaka, and they still have Marc Gasol at the helm as well. So they're not worried about losing Kawhi Leonard. They're on a mission to show people that they can still be dominant in the West because, they have the potential to do so. At the number 5 spot, or at the number 4 spot, I had the Nets. I'm just going to talk about them just, based off of my predictions. The Nets, they're going through a little bit of a up and down season. All right, they currently sit at the number 7 seed, which is kind of worse than I thought they were going to be this season. I thought Kyrie was going to remain healthy throughout the whole season, but obviously he's missed a lot of time due to that shoulder injury and just a lot of off-court controversy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of teams, or a lot of people, consider Kyrie Irving to be a poison to a team. You know what I'm saying? Because when he left Cleveland the first time to go to the Celtics, he promised people that he would go back to the Celtics or whatever else, that he'd stay there. But obviously he left. He underperformed in the playoffs. We're not going to talk about that right now. But regardless of that, I just thought the Nets were going to be better this season. And they have a lot of work to do. But once Kevin Durant gets back, and he doesn't even have to be in MVP form for this team to be deadly. But if he is, at least 80% of his former self, this team's going to be pretty deadly. We got a person watching the video. What's up? I appreciate it. But That's going to wrap it up for the Nets. The Pacers, I just got to wait till Oladipo gets back. Once Oladipo gets back, this team's going to be even better. He's been out for a really long time. And as of right now, they're sitting at the number 5 spot, which they can make a playoff push. I wouldn't rush Oladipo back right now. I would just let my young stars develop. Miles Turner is one of the best defensive bigs in the league right now, and he's having a really good season as well. But regardless of that, I just got to wait till Oladipo gets back to make a better informed decision. But as of right now, they seem to be doing really good. The Celtics, I mean, they're sitting at the number 2 seed right now. They're performing really well this season. Jaylen Brown and Justin Tatum, Jaylen Brown and Justin Tatum, right? Yeah, they're Jason Tatum. My fault, not Justin. I'm confused. I'm sorry. But anyways, Brown and Tatum, they're doing really good things. As young as they are, they're going to be absolutely deadly whenever, they step into their primes. They haven't got there yet, quite yet, but they're going to be really, really good heading into the future for this team. With Al Horford being there now, you add another perimeter shooter and a really good defender as a big, so that's going to really help them out. And then you have, obviously, Cardiac Kimba there, always a reliable 20 to 25 points per game scorer whenever he's hot. So, that's really good for that team as well. But regardless of that, we're going to move on to the Heat. The Heat are one of those sleeper teams that a lot of people didn't think was going to be good, right? We know that Jimmy Butler is a little bit of a hothead at times. He can be one of the more adamant players. Like, he can, obviously be, like I said, be hot-headed at times. But whenever his mind is on basketball and basketball alone, Jimmy Butler is one of the best two-way players in the league. Maybe a top 15, top 20 player in the league, right? So they're doing really good this season. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, all of those pieces are really good. Goran Dragic having a really good season as well. They got a lot of good young pieces that can help them, make a really good push into the playoffs. But I just gotta, I gotta see more from them. But I think they're going to be really good. And the last team we're going to talk about is the Pistons. I had them at the number 8 seed, but currently they sit at the number 11 seed right now. They just got to move Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is a big man shooting under 40% this season, which that may be due to, his game being more perimeter-oriented now than it was when he was, say with the Clippers, where he lived basically above the rim. But now, obviously, the game has evolutionized into a three-point shooting game, so now teams are shooting more threes every game. If you guys hear some howling in the background, the wind is just blowing extremely hard right now. But, yeah, they just got to look to move them, honestly, the Pistons. That's really all I can say. They're kind of underperforming. Derrick Rose is doing really good this season. But I would like to see Derrick Rose just honestly go to another team as well as Blake Griffin. So that's that. All right. So we're going to move on to the Western Conference now. I'm going to try and keep it as short and sweet as possible. And I'll let you guys know about some other stuff that's coming on the channel very soon. I'm working on getting that webcam that you guys have been probably wondering about for the longest amount of time. But yeah, I'm working on it right now. We're working on getting a new house built, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. But yeah, I'll let you guys know about the update on that as well. The Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Patrick Beverley, they're all defensive pests. They're going to be really good. They're going to make it to the Western Conference Finals, no doubt about it. They're going to be a really good team. The Lakers, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Alex Caruso. What more do you need? Alex Caruso is the GOAT of Los Angeles. Y'all thought it was Kawhi Leonard? Y'all thought it was LeBron? No, It is Caruso. He is the secret ingredient, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just playing. I'm stop. But yeah, Caruso, he's a really good player. Needs more time to blossom, but he's going to be really good. They're performing pretty good this season. The Nuggets, they need to put Michael Porter Jr. on the floor more this season. I know he's been, he was dealing with that injury, which caused him to miss his first season, I think. He didn't play his first season. So this is his second season, if you want to consider it that. But they put him on the floor in the last 4 games as of me recording this video. He's averaging like 16 points, shooting like 70% from the field. That's ridiculous. Imagine what this man's per 36 numbers would be. Makes no sense, alright? But the Nuggets, they have a lot of potential to be one of the greater teams when it comes to playoff time, because Michael Porter Jr., when you give him more time to shine, he's athletic, he can shoot the 3 ball, he's got a nice stroke, he can drive, he's long and lengthy, he's really good defensively. So then you got Jamal Murray at the helm, you got Jokic, Gary Harris is a reliable scorer as well when he wants to be. So the Nuggets are going to be pretty decent. The Rockets, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, one of the deadlier combos in the league, one of the deadlier 1-2 punches in the league, alongside Clint Capella, who is a really good big man defensively. He's not really a good, perimeter shooter or whatever else, but, that's what you got James Harden for. You got Austin Rivers. PJ Tucker can knock down corner threes as well. So they're going to be really deadly when it comes to the playoffs, dealing with Westbrook and Harden. At the number 5 seed, I had the Jazz. We're going to talk about the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell having a really good season this year. I'm not trying to throw too many stats in here because I'm not looking at stats right now. I'm just looking at the standings that I have. But Donovan Mitchell coming off a really good rookie season. I think this is his sophomore season, his junior season or whatever. Doing really good. Now that he has, Mike Conley, who's another good point guard, both offensively and defensively. We've got 2 people watching the video. What's up? But, yeah. When you have those 2 alongside each other, they're going to be really good together. Then you got Bogdanovich, who is a really good perimeter shooter, who can space the floor, who can shoot the ball or whatever else. Rudy Gobert, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, I think. So they're going to be really dangerous, come playoff time. All right, if they can get reliable scoring from both Mitchell and Conley. So there's that. The Trailblazers have been extremely disappointing this season. With the addition of Melo, I thought that their perimeter shooting would have stepped up. But, Melo is not the former Melo that we all know as of this season. We got 3 people watching the video. What's up? I appreciate everybody stopping by. But with the addition of Melo, yeah, their perimeter spacing has kind of spread it out or whatever else. We got Jamal Edwards in the chat. What's good, bro? It's been a while since I've seen you. How have you been? Glad you can stop by, bro. But, Melo's not that 25-point per game scorer, that 30-point per game scorer that we used to see back in his New York Knicks days. But, he can space out the floor. He can shoot, relatively decent. But I think it's time for CJ and Dame to part ways, because this duo, for whatever reason, they just don't mesh well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's that they're both ball-dominant players or just the players that are surrounded by them or whatever else it is, but they can never find playoff success past the semifinals or the conference finals. So they got to look to trade either one of their other this coming up season. So really disappointed in the Trailblazers this season. I hope they turn the ship around and get it to moving. 2 more teams left, the Warriors and the Spurs. The Warriors are trash this season. As a Warriors fan, I hate to kind of hear it that my team is trash this season, but when you lose arguably the best player to second best player in the world in Kevin Durant, not only to injury but to him being traded, Then you lose Klay Thompson, one of the more reliable two-way players in the league. Tore his, ACL in the finals, to now, getting D'Angelo Russell, who, yeah, he's not going to make up for what Kevin Durant was, but he can score the ball. But defensively, he's not as good as Durant. Durant is a really solid defender, but and then to top it all off, Curry broke his hand, and now you just have your young core, your young guys out there playing who have no experience whatsoever. They're all rookies mostly for the most part. You got Glenn Robinson, you got Eric Paschal, you got Alec Burks, you got Jordan Poole. I mean, these are guys who haven't had a lot of playtime together, who haven't had a lot of time in the league in general, right? But look at the bright side. Whenever the Warriors get that top lottery pick, or that major pick or whatever else, they're going to be extremely deadly. Not only that, from what I've been hearing, Klay Thompson is ahead of his rehab. So even if he's 80 to 85% of the player he was before that, even if he's just a little bit slower on defense, he's still one of the deadliest knockdown shooters in the game. And then Curry's ahead on his rehab as well. So guess what? You could be looking at a core of, obviously Steph, Klay, Draymond's still there. If they add James Wiseman or Anthony Edwards or whoever that guy is, or one of the top 5 players in the draft, they're going to be extremely deadly. The Warriors know how to draft good talent. Just look at Steph, look at Klay, look at Draymond. Then they just drafted Paschal, who is a hidden gem. He's like another version of Draymond, except better on the offensive end, but lacks that little bit of a defensive aggressiveness of a Draymond. But they have a lot of potential. So if I was them, I wouldn't rush Curry back. I wouldn't rush Klay back. I would just tank and get that pick. Last but not least, we have the Spurs. I think it's time that Greg Popovich hangs it up. His style of play just doesn't suit the new style of today. And I'm going to tell you why. When they won their last championship in 2014, the game wasn't as three-point oriented as it is now, right? So you had Tim Duncan, you had Ginobili, you had Tony Parker, you had Danny Green on that team, Kawhi Leonard, who, let's just face it, they played a traditional style of basketball, right? The three-point shot wasn't really a big scheme of the San Antonio Spurs' success, but it was rather their interior dominance, their ball movement, and their just overall philosophical point of the basketball, right? Of the nuances of the game. But now that the three-point shot has fully taken over the game, Greg Popovich's style of basketball just doesn't suit the team now. So I just think it's time for him to, hang it up. You know what I'm saying? He had a legendary career as a coach. The best coach, arguably in NBA history, other than Phil Jackson and, Pat Riley and potentially Steve Kerr and, all these other good coaches, right? So I just think it's time for this team to part ways with Greg Popovich. He's climbing on up there in age, and his coaching style just doesn't suit the game anymore. Plus, you got to get some value out of LaMarcus Aldridge while you have him, because he's not doing anything but getting older. He's still really good defensively. He can score, 15 to 20 points a night, get you a double-double. DeMar DeRozan's still in his prime or whatever else. But yeah, that's that. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of all the teams this season. I got one more shoe to show you guys. It's the Jordan 14 Cactus Jack that I had made. Wait, no, I didn't make a 14. My fault. But yeah, so the update on this new house that we're getting made. We're going through the process of getting a brand new house made. Showing proof of income and getting registered for certain things, paying off property taxes. All of that is just due process of us getting this new house potentially built this year, hopefully. So within the next couple of months, we'll hear more news about it. Rather, it's going to become a reality, which I hope it does. I know that you guys witnessed the kind of sort of gaming setup that I had on the channel. If you guys haven't checked out my gaming setup video, go check that out. It's roughly 2 to 3 videos. I don't have a playlist of it as of right now, but the plan for the new house, I want to have LED strips in my room. I want to have the traditional Carolina blue and gray colors that I have on the channel. I want to get a new channel logo. Just a bunch of different stuff that I want to bring to the channel. I want to have a camera for my game. I want to get editing software and all that other kinds of good stuff. And I have no doubt about it that we can reach my goal of, 500 subscribers by the end of 2020. I can do it. If I put my mind to it and I push to do it, I can do it. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. But, yeah, that's just basically a couple of plans that we have, that I have for the channel coming up. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, don't forget to click that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. And as always, be expecting another video tomorrow on the Derrick Rose build. I just uploaded a Mike Lowry video, I think it was yesterday, so go check that out if you haven't done so already. But like I said, be on the lookout for a Derrick Rose video tomorrow. And I know you guys are kind of wondering what I'm doing with that offensive threat right there. I'm just experimenting, you know what I'm saying? No other build is coming to this channel. I have enough builds as it is right now. Baby KD is done. He's in the playoffs right now, Season 3, looking for that three-peat. You got Mike Lowry, who's in his 52nd game, about to enter his first All-Star appearance and make that final push into the playoffs. And then you got the fresher of the builds that I had to start over, Derrick Rose, who's beginning to blossom just a little bit. But regardless of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. You already know what to do, man. Smack that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on your post notifications so that way you don't miss a video when I upload. And, yeah, man, new year, new beginnings, fresh starts, it's going to be really interesting. But, we can do it this year. But regardless of that, y'all boys and girls, Spartans and Spartanas, y'all stay motivated out there, stay dedicated. Hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I know we're just getting started with it, but regardless of that, I'll check you guys out in the next video. Peace out.